Okay, well, to quote Eddie Murphy in Trading Places, Merry New Year. So last day of the year, and things have basically gone swimmingly, particularly if you're in the Mag 7. They've been crushing it this year, along with a few others. Palantir comes to mind. Eploven comes to mind. But anyway, so I'm looking though at Boston Scientific today. Now, I haven't looked at this stock in ages, like a long time. I don't see any notes that I've ever made on this. So this is a new one for me, but this isn't a new pattern for me. What you see here is a stock. Let's look at the weekly chart. You can see this has been on a long climb this whole year. I mean, this is up, what, 80%, 65%? My math was wrong on that. Sorry. But it's up a lot, like this year from 55 up to 90. Hey man, that'll put some hair on your chest. And so if you're, I'm not going to pursue that anymore. But it's floating along the 50-day moving average, which I like. Now, this is not a stock here that I think is setting up to where, whoa, all it's going to take is one little push higher. It might, but what I want you to do is keep track of how it behaves along the 50-day moving average. I've got a line here that, if I can catch it, that I'm drawing. My mouse is already hitting the sauce. This is trending lower here. I want to see if this thing can pinch a little bit more. Volume has been below average volume, which is actually kind of what you want to see during consolidation. You don't want to see super high volume when a stock is consolidating. You want to see sleepiness where buyers and sellers are generally in agreement on where the price should be. So they're kind of selling in a general area. And then you want to see suddenly like something snaps and everybody goes, whoa, wait a minute. And buyers are saying like, wow, this is cheap. I got to get all I can get. And sellers are going, wow, everybody's coming for my stock. I need to get more money for it than I've been offering. And so they start lifting their offers. So the offers are lifted, the bids are lifted. They start grabbing all the stock that they can, and then off to the races. But you need the proper setup for that. Now, you look here at this big, massive volume bar. This is probably like 3 times average volume right off the 50. Okay, this is the only way I look at this is institutions are buying this stock. I went into this in a lot more detail in the strategy session that I just finished live for some of our members. And if you're not a member, dude, $150 a month. Come on, you can do that. Anyway, but with this kind of volume here, coming down to the 50-day moving average, this is institutions saying, thank you very much, I'll take all I can get. And so when you see this, this is a positive sign. We'll just put it that way. This is a real positive sign that institutions are buying this stock. And the one thing I've talked about this recently, and I'm actually going to put it in a book that I'm writing, that if you're on my email list, you're going to get that book. It's not the gospel according to Dan, on how to really look at stocks. And one of the things that I'm kind of emphasizing is this: for you and me, the PE doesn't matter. Nothing matters. The fundamentals don't matter. Revenue growth, earnings per share, profit margins, none of that stuff matters. It doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to me. I've never bought one stock based on its price earnings ratio. I've never bought one stock based on its growth. I buy stocks based on the charts. And the charts, excuse me, I'm just coming off of pneumonia and bronchitis. I shouldn't even be doing this. But anyway, so I buy stocks based on the charts, but I find the stocks by looking at the fundamentals. And this is why, because I know that's what institutions care about. A lot of institutions really don't care about the charts. And frankly, when they're big enough, they don't have to care about the charts because they are the damn chart. What they do moves the stock. And so, and listen to me here, guys, I'm giving you pearls. Okay. I look at fundamentals as a way to finding where the institutions are looking, because I want to be looking in the same place that they're looking. And so if I can see the pile of stocks that they have on their workbench, if I can see all of those stocks that they're looking at, then I can go, and they're not buying them all, but they're all attractive because we know what institutions like. At least I do, and my members do. So we look at those stocks and then we simply go, okay, well, we had like over 6,000 to choose from. Now we're down to 20 or 30. Let's go through those charts and see now which ones are the institutions actually buying. That's when the chart comes into play. And really, that's all I care about. And so if I see this kind of a pattern, I could go look at the chart. Let's go look on MarketSmith, or now as they call it, Market Surge. Okay, so here's Boston Scientific. What are the daily chart? What are the fundies? Okay, blue is good. We like blue. Top line here, earnings versus the same quarter the prior year, up 22%, 19%, 17%, 26%. So earnings per share are jumping every quarter. It's accelerating. Same thing on the sales, 15, 14, 14, 19. Look at the gross margins, close to 70%, very, very steady. Okay, it's growing at 13% per year. The PE, oh my God, the PE is 38. That's 1.5 times the S&P. Do you know how much I care? Not at all. Couldn't care less about that. I look at this kind of stuff. Okay, this is all fundamental stuff. I can go over to the weekly chart and go, okay, well, what's their earnings per share curve look like? This is perfect. You like to see this kind of move. By the way, you can look here. You want to see how accurate this stuff is. The earnings profile actually started to move up right here. Right around here was the first time you actually didn't see an improvement really here. You wound up seeing it here, but the stock anticipated it back here. It started to move up. So stocks actually anticipate or discount future fundamental developments. My point for going into all this is to say none of it matters if the chart doesn't work. So you sift through the fundamentals. I have scans and screens that I have on my Stock Watch product. You can check that out on Stock Market Mentor. Actually, you can go to Trade Track and subscribe to that, TRADE. I didn't plan on turning this into a marketing thing, but I'm gonna. Do you know why I can? Because it's my video. So you can go to Trade Track here and you can sign up. You can learn all about it. And then you can also look at Stock Watch, which is down here further, but you can check that out. I built it myself with the help of some super smart programmers, and I'm trading a lot better with it. But anyway, so I find this kind of stuff on Stock Watch, and once I find this list of stocks, then I don't care about the fundamentals anymore. All I care about on this one is what I see here. When I see this, that gets me interested. By the way, when I see this, it gets me uninterested because it's followed by this. So this was a big, massive down day, though all it needed was, another buck or so, another 75 cents, and this would have been an up day, but it was a down day on massive volume, followed by even more volume, not more volume, but high volume the next day as well. So this gets me uninterested. And then this big one gets me interested. And so now I'm really interested in the stock, and I just want to see how this works for a while. Earnings are at the end of the month, so they're a month away. And so I want to see how this stock starts acting over the next week or two, because we could very well see, remember what the market surge chart was showing us. We could very well see the stock start to trickle higher again in anticipation of those earnings. And that's when I want to be there. I want to be a buyer there. And so what I'm actually going to do for moi is I'm going to set a price alert just like right at this trend line. So I'll get the heads up if it pushes through. And I do this kind of stuff all the time. Just set these little alerts here on the low end of the range, so I can track this without being obsessed by it. Because if you look at a chart long enough, you're going to do something stupid. It happens every time. Okay, so with that, why don't we make our New Year's resolution that we're not going to do any more stupid trades? Okay, that's one that's always worked for me. I hope that works for you as well. If it doesn't, well, Lord help you. Okay. I will see you all next year.